Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? Now, I want to have a real conversation about people being addicted to substances, specifically these female rappers. Let's talk about because right now it's trending. Nicki Minaj did a interview with In Vogue. She did like a whole spread. I guess it's a part of her rollout for before her album is coming. So she's doing press right now, here and there for her album. So she talked about substances in her In Vogue. I always say In Vogue, but it's really Vogue. I don't know why. Probably because of cause you're never gonna get it. Ooh, like probably because of that. I don't know, but I always say In Vogue, but it's Vogue, right? So she talked about substance abuse. She said, Nicki shared that she was exposed to substance from a young age by her late father, who had an addiction to crack cocaine. She also said that he drank and once set, their family home ablaze, with rage after fighting her mother. Nicki also told them, she said, I think about watching my father go back and forth. I just wish that at the time I understood that he wasn't doing it because he wanted to. I thought that he was making a conscious effort to be addicted to a drug that would have him steal his children's video games and sell them for money. Think about that. Who would make a conscious effort to do that? Now I realize those people aren't making those choices because they wanted to hurt their family. Addiction took over their bodies and their lives, and they were victims too. Nicki said, as a young adult, she never really partied or partook because of her father's struggles. Then, when she was starting up her music career, she received a prescription for Percocets to help her menstrual cramps. While it did provide relief, Nicki said she soon found herself abusing the pills. She continued saying, no one told me that this was a narcotic. This was addictive. She shared. Luckily, I was able to ground myself, but once an addict, always an addict. I feel like if you've ever experienced addiction to anything, which I have, you always have to think twice and three times about the choices that you make. Another time where she spoke about her drug use was in 2021 on Instagram Live. After she was accused of using cocaine, she told viewers, I don't know if it's just me, but I wouldn't be embarrassed about any effing drugs I did. That's why I talk about the MFing drugs I do in my MFing music. Always have, always effing will. She added, if I'm off them, I'm off them, child. But I want to make this clear, so open everybody ears, clear your ears out. I have never, ever in my life with my hands on Jesus Christ. And y'all know how I feel about my Lord and Savior. And you can look up this video. She said, I have never in my life ever, not even once, sniffed coke, ever. I think the one issue is people try to mix like the Percocet side effects with the coke side effects because people feel as though drugs are drugs and we're not experts on the effects and stuff of, drugs. So I looked up Percocets to see the side effects and stuff like that. So it says the effects of Percocets, withdrawal, and overdose. I'm going to just only do the, effects and such, It says that effects of Percocets, withdrawal, as with other opioids. Percocets abuse can cause you to experience withdrawal if you stop using after being addicted to it for a long time. The following are effects of withdrawal. Signify that you're going to need professional help to defeat this type of addiction. So the first effect is watery eyes. If somebody has watery eyes consistently, then, that could be signs. Twitches and tremors. So if you're trembling, running nose, that could definitely be something. Pupillary dilation. So when your pupils dilate, that could be something. Powerful cravings to Percocets. So you might have a powerful craving, like you need one immediately. Insomnia, so you're unable to sleep. Excessive sweating. So, if you get sweaty, very fast, that's another, sign that you might be addicted. Elevated body temperature. So if your temperature is either always hot or always cold, if it's elevated to a higher level, you always, and in the past, Nicki Minaj have complained about her consistently always being cold. So this is not contributing to it. Is in fact making it hard for her, so she might have to, figure out different things and other ways to get, the right help to help her pass this. Um, it says diarrhea, dysphoria, just a lot. It's a lot. Now, the physical symptoms are withdrawal symptoms when not using Percocets, weight loss, slurring speech. Oh, this is something. Slowered heart rate, sleep problems, swallowing, breathing, problems with balance, fatigue, exhaustion, constipation. That's all. The cognitive symptoms are poor decision making, poor concentration, memory problems, lack of focus. Psychological symptoms, mood swings, anger, aggression, agitation. So if you all of this happens, then definitely, you have an addiction, you have a sincere problem. Another entertainer to where it has been a conversation about her supposed addiction allegedly, would be Megan Thee Stallion. People have talked and spoken about her having a drinking problem allegedly. Now, I don't know if Megan considers it a full-on addiction. However, people have spoken about it, and Nicki Minaj is one of the people to, add on to that conversation. The issue of Megan's alleged alcoholism came up, when speaking about Nicki Minaj. She did a verse, a rap, in one of her songs. It was "Seeing Green." So the conversation came up, and Nicki was asked by a fan about Megan. And Nicki responded, "Isn't she in rehab?" Now, Megan announced last week that she would, take a break from music. Now, immediately after the announcement, there was, speculation across the industry that Meg's time off may have been code for, like a code language for rehab. Now, in the "Seeing Green" song that was allegedly about Megan, or the diss was about Megan, that fans speculated, Nicki Minaj verse, that people are speculating that she was talking about Megan. But as you know, Nicki will never say names. So, the fans are forever going to speculate. In the new track, Nicki went directly on Megan, rapping, "These bees, time ticking, better stick to dancing." Then she went, for the juggler, calling Meg a alcoholic. She rapped, "These bees thirsty, I can see why they alcoholics." Now, allegedly, there have been conversations about Megan being addicted to alcohol, and Nicki, who's expressed, in her in Vogue speech and everything, and spoke to people and just said different things as far as addiction being a struggle, and now she understands, now that she's older, especially with her dealing with her own addictions. So it was kind of tasteless for her to make light of Megan Thee Stallion's struggle with alleged alcohol. People felt as though, how can we, understand where you're coming from with your addictions and not mention or speak on your situation, because we know it's a sensitive topic, and you're going through things and trying to figure your way out, when you continuously take shots at Megan, and especially with you knowing, the addiction piece, and knowing all of this, but you still take shot at Megan. So people felt uncomfortable with her speaking about, Megan's addiction, alleged addiction, because nothing has been fully confirmed to the public. They just thought that Nicki was wrong for doing so. Another thing is, people are saying that Cardi B is addicted to social media. They say that she does not know how to put that phone down. She's always on the phone. She's always like trying to figure out who's saying what. She can't put the phone down for a brief moment. And Cardi B did come in this business, on social media, and everybody has social media these days. It's like a big thing, right? So is it an addiction? Would there need to be a rehabilitation? or some sort of disconnection, because several times Cardi B has had shutdowns online about what people are saying about her, people difference of an opinion, people feeling just, people just being people on the internet. Nasty sometimes completely disrespectful. She's had people come at her child, and she hasn't mastered how to really handle fame, and how to ignore the trolls, and pay attention to the people that love you. So people are saying that Cardi B is addicted to social media. She does not know how to unplug. She's letting social media decipher if she's going to bring out new music, how she's going to live her life, if she and her husband's happy enough. If people online are saying that Cardi B is going crazy, she takes that to heart. She feels as though she's not content, or she's not happy, if she doesn't have that validation from strangers online. So people are saying that she's addicted to social media. So when you think about it, Nicki's addicted to Percocets. Megan Thee Stallion is addicted, allegedly, to drinking. Allegedly to, well, I don't want to say allegedly because she said it and I read that to you all, but allegedly, I'll say allegedly to all. Allegedly, Nicki's addicted to Percocets. Allegedly, Megan is addicted to drinking. Allegedly, Cardi is addicted to social media, and the outcomes of social media. Cardi B does smoke cigarettes occasionally, but not enough for it to be like a addiction or any of that nature. She doesn't do it consistently. She does it when she goes partying. She says it helps the alcohol for whatever reason. So, but she is definitely, addicted to social media. We all have seen that. So is it fair that Nicki Minaj, took shots at Megan Thee Stallion, especially since she's been in this business longer, had this addiction longer, and from firsthand how much of a struggle it is? Where was that compassion for Megan? You expect everybody to have a certain level of compassion for you and your addiction and how you're maneuvering that, and just don't call it coke, don't call it anything else, especially, and that must be hurtful, especially when your father and all that history that happened with him. So it must be hurtful when people make coke references. However, with you having the longer career, or you being a veteran in this, is it okay for you to know firsthand the struggles of addiction and not show that compassion that you require people show to you, to Megan Thee Stallion, especially with the court case and her, being assaulted and everything that happened with that young lady? Is it fair that Nicki Minaj, meaning, moved the way in which she moved, and with her having an addiction? Should we feel sorry for Nicki Minaj, or give her some compassion, or give her grace from, for having her addiction and going through the process? Should we get her help? Is it a crazy thing online? Because people were talking about it, especially when they were talking about Nicki Minaj doing the Queen Radio and how she acted. They feel as though that if it's the Percocets need to go, because they just didn't feel like Nicki Minaj was herself. They felt like she was acting out irrationally, and they, blamed it on the drugs. Now, they felt as though it was coke, but if it's not the coke and it's the Percocets, whatever it is, you might have to, gain some help. You might have to go to rehab. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this video.